Hello, this is Kristen Weisdack. I am the CEO and founder of BehaviorWorks of Southwestern PA, where we offer holistic behavior solutions to take your family or practice from divided to guided. I have today with me a very special guest, Simon Huntley, CEO and founder of Harvey Farms. And Simon, as I learned about what you guys do, I think that it aligns so nicely because we offer trainings to early intervention staff and mental health staff that relate to holistic problems around behavior. And one of those being what you eat affects your life, right? Affects your behavior, affects your mood. So I just wanted to interview you today to talk about how Harvey Farms got started and what you guys are all about. So let's talk about how you got started.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm in southwestern Pennsylvania, actually not that far from you. I think in Greene County, I grew up on a farm, and as a kid, I was totally uninterested in farming. We raised sheep and did like hay and various other things, but I was really not interested in being a farmer, and I was more interested in technology and programming and things like that. And I ended up studying programming at Penn State. I got a degree in information science and technology. But while I was there, I started working on some farms just as a way to work in the summertime, actually. And I started thinking, well, I'm actually really enjoying this work. And I think it's sort of to what you're talking about is like as a way to address a lot of what's going on in our society, whether it's, around climate change and environmental issues or health issues or our like rural economies, things like that working in food would be really an interesting way to use my skills in technology. And so that's where I've made my career around for the last 15 years at this space between food, technology, and agriculture. And so that's where I've been working the last 15 years.
Wow. So you are very local. I didn't realize that. Greene County.
Yeah. Little 70-acre farm in the hills of Greene County. So
yeah, my grandparents had a 68, somewhere around there. It was like a 62 or 68 acre farm in Smithfield. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like local to where you were. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful area of the world.
Yeah, we are. I did my undergrad at Penn State as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. So talk about what you combined your love of tech with your not so fond love of farming. So talk about what you do at Harvey Farms.
Yeah, so basically what we do in the Pittsburgh area, what we do is we have sort of two aspects of the business, one where we're actually doing distribution ourselves and one where we're providing a software platform for farms and distributors across the country. But so specifically what we're doing in Pittsburgh is we run a distribution center in the city of Pittsburgh, and we bring together, and right now it's every week between 50 and 75 local producers, and we bring it together, and then we do home deliveries of boxes into the community. And so it's sort of a full grocery box, everything from milk, eggs, cheese, bread, vegetables, fruit, all kinds of things. And then we bring it all together and then deliver it out to the community. And so that's what we're doing in the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, and now when I took a look at your website, you're a lot bigger than the Pittsburgh area, though. So you help and you highlight. There's even featured farms that you have on your website.
Right.
So talk about how you grew from being local to all over the country, basically.
Well, it's almost the opposite way around. We were more national, and now we're growing more locally. So the first business that I started in 2006 was basically a website business for farms. It was like, and we do help them with online sales, and they would just pay us basically a monthly fee to use the service. But what I kept seeing is that it was really hard for people to access this food. And I really believe that, like I said before, that's really important for the environment, for our local economies, for our health. And like, there's so many benefits to eating this way. And I wanted to bring it to more people. And so Harvey is sort of the second iteration that we started in 2017, and around more, how to make it more convenient basically to buy local food. Now, certainly you could go around and visit 50 different farms and producers, but that's pretty hard to do. And, to be honest, most people aren't going to be doing that, or you might go to a farmer's market, but it's only open a couple of days a week and you have to go do it. Some people have, if you have a couple kids at home, that can be pretty difficult to get out to the farmer's market. And so we just really wanted to make it more convenient to eat this food. And so that's what Harvey Farms is about.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, speaking of convenience, you also offer home delivery.
Yes.
So people don't even have to come to you. So talk about how the home delivery service works, how that got started.
Yeah, in the Pittsburgh area, it's completely home delivery. So we're doing about, next week we'll do 1,300 home deliveries in the Pittsburgh area. So it's a lot of food that goes out every week. And basically people sign up for a subscription with us.
Mm.
And so then every week, when people sign up, they set preferences of what they like and what they don't like. And so one of the things we saw, it's obvious, but like if some of these older programs where you'd like buy a subscription in a farm, you would get just a box of whatever the farm had. I don't know if you've joined these CSA programs in the past,
Yeah,
but
as you talk, let me pull up your website too.
mm-hmm. And so what our system allows you to do is, or allows our customers to do, is set preferences ahead of time of what they like and what they don't like. So they can say, I really like beets, I really like lettuce, but I don't like, I don't know, eggplant and something else as much. And then we talk to all the producers and farmers and producers, and then we put that into our system, and then it proposes a box to each person based on their pre-existing preferences. And we send an email to everyone and say, hey, here's what you're going to be getting this week. And then they have 24 to 48 hours to make changes to that box. And then we place the orders with all of our producers. They deliver it into our warehouse. We pack custom boxes and then send it on their way. So it's really, one of the questions we've been asking is, how do we make it as easy to buy from local farms as it is to buy from Amazon.com, right? And so that's one of our goals.
Yeah, and I found your website to be super user friendly because, well, we'll talk about selling with Harvey because you have a program where farmers that are interested can actually become a distributor and work with Harvey Farms. But if for
if
anybody,
you go down a little bit,
sure.
And then if people are in the Pittsburgh area, there's a Harvey Farms Pittsburgh link down a little bit, and that you can get some information. You missed it, but
Let's see where it is. Oh yes, right here.
Yeah, and then if you click on sign up there for Harvey Farms Pittsburgh, this is our Pittsburgh project. And then we have then other farms and distributors, like I said, that use us across the country. But then we do this local grocery box, and if you click on get started, you can see the different price points. So it's, starts at $49 a week. There's a $6 delivery fee on top of that. And then it is basically a subscription, canceled at any time. If people are on vacation, they can change that and everything like that. So.
Yeah, and the user interface is just so nice. It's to the point and it takes you exactly where you need to go. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that I love is that you have identified the gap in service and being able to work so seamlessly to fill it, right? So
yeah,
local produce and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to anybody that's interested, so we would go down to Pittsburgh for anybody that's in the Pittsburgh region. Click on the
really
right.
That other link that you were just on is the best one. This page is a little we're being worked on right now.
Okay.
So it's not as good as it should be, but yeah, that Harvey Farms Pittsburgh. If people just Google Harvey Farms Pittsburgh, if they're in the area, they can see information about that. And we also have a pretty fun thing to do is join our Facebook group, which is linked on that Harvey Farms Pittsburgh page. And people are always posting what they're cooking and what they're thinking about. And so it's pretty neat to see what people do with all the great food that they get.
Yeah, speaking of the cooking aspect, because that's one of the things that we're working on as we develop our nonprofit, because we're going to help local families get access to gluten-free, dairy-free, organic foods. You actually have some cooking recipes, some cooking tips that you guys include, right?
Yeah. Each week, based on each person's box, it gives them recipes and cooking suggestions on what to do with it. Yeah, so it's definitely one of those things. It's like you have to be willing to cook what's in your box to make this really work well.
Yeah. Do you find that that's something that's easier for people to do, or do you have people that come to you that say, I'm really new to this, I'm used to going to a grocery store? What's some of the feedback that you're getting from people that sign up for your services?
I mean, people really love the service just because it really hasn't been possible to get all of these foods in one place and brought to your door. So they love the convenience of it. They love the customization of it. They're able to get just what they want. In my case, I eat almost 100% from Harvey Farms Pittsburgh at this point. It's pretty amazing that it's almost replaced the grocery store for me. I thought about actually doing, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, but take a month and just eat 100% Harvey for a month, just as like a fun experiment to do. So with all the, we're getting like different oils like canola oil and some different oils from like Eastern Pennsylvania that's made there, or, different butters and yogurts. And, so it's really, people love that aspect of it, that it's just a full, everything they need and brought really conveniently to them. So it's really, it's easier than going to the grocery store at this point.
Yeah. And so that's probably been super convenient for people during COVID. I mean, you probably had a boom in business during COVID.
Yeah. Especially this time last year. We had just announced our doing distribution in Pittsburgh in January of last year. And then it just really blew up with the pandemic and people wanting home delivery. And we saw about a 5-fold increase over the previous year across our whole platform. And so there was just a huge level of interest. But, I think, one of the questions people ask is that going to stay the same? And, we aren't going to obviously get the same bump that we got last year. But, what we're seeing is that people more and more are getting used to buying their groceries online. And so still only like 5 or 7% of the grocery market is online right now. And so we see over the next 5 to 10 years that's all going to come online, and that we're able to provide this added layer of like really being able to connect with local farms and quality producers is really popular right now too.
One of the things is I get more and more of my groceries delivered. As an entrepreneur, at one point I still network with a lot of people, but one of the specific conversations that bring this to mind is, as an entrepreneur, you're trying to grow your business. If you take a look at how much you make per hour and all the things that you're doing that take away from your money producing activities, if you have your groceries delivered, that's maybe 2 or 3 hours out of your day that you don't have to worry about. You're not going fighting the crowds, and you're not worried about all that. And you have that convenience of fresh local produce being delivered right to your door, customizing what you want too. So it's a grocery store to your front door. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think what a lot of people see is that, and I'm sure you've seen this, is that if you have healthy food in your refrigerator, you're much more likely to eat it rather than forcing you to either go to the grocery store, go to the farmer's market. But if it's part of your week, that's coming. Well, we deliver depending on the zip code Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But every week that food's going to come to you, and that's going to be in your refrigerator. You're much more likely to eat it rather than, I don't know, ordering online or ordering Domino's or whatever it is. If you give yourself a chance to do that, and so having healthy food around is a huge win. I know for me personally, and a lot of other people too.
Yeah, one of the things that I saw a lot of on your website is you work with farmers that grow organically. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of the behavior side of things, is because when people use herbicides and pesticides, that kills the bugs, but it also kills our gut bugs, which affects behavior. It affects our behavior as human beings, and especially the little kids that I work with. So it's fantastic you've been able to partner with all of these farms across the nation, and you continue to do so. So if farmers are interested, they can also, what we talked about earlier, to join the Harvey movement, we'll call it. So talk a little bit about that, and farmers that want to get involved in the program.
Yeah, so they can just talk to us, and if they're in the Pittsburgh area, we can buy from them and then put them in their box if it's a product that we don't have already. So we are usually adding new producers every week as we try to expand our product line. Like right now, we're at about 300 products per week, but we plan to double that at least by the end of the year, if not more. So we are looking for more farmers and producers, and especially of interesting items like snacks and different things like that. Yeah, and then in other areas, if people want to do this in their area, we can help them get one of these set up and get going. So we have all the tools in place and the consulting that it takes to pull it off. But it's tough. It's a tough business to pull off. There's so many moving parts to it, and you're dealing with a fresh product. Yeah, so.
So, or do you have any farmers that are in like the Westmoreland, Fayette, Greene County area that you're currently working with?
That sell into Harvey Farms Pittsburgh. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure where the farms exactly are, that if they're in those counties. I know
Okay.
we don't have anyone in Greene County yet, because I know I'm from Greene County. I keep saying we need to get a Greene County farmer just
Yeah.
for my hometown.
To represent,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
So hopefully that people viewing this video will be able to contact you and to help grow the program into those areas.
There's also
That's,
Cherry Valley Organics, which is in Washington County,
oh yeah.
actually, and
Yeah, I
they
did see that.
use our platform themselves, so they're one that might have more distribution points to points south.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, anybody that's interested, the website is Harvie, HARVIE.farm, and go there and find out more information. And Simon, it was amazing talking to you today. And I look forward to, potentially partnering together and just helping spread the word about what you're doing, because I think it's absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day.